Colin here. So true story. I'm 24 years old. I'm living in Kelowna. I wanted to buy a condo. I wanted to get into real estate. I have a whole other video about how I ended up doing that. And I ended up buying this condo in Kelowna. The realtor didn't even want to look at it. I was insistent. I said, I want to look at it. It was like $57,000 for a one-bedroom condo in Kelowna across from the college. I wanted to get involved in real estate investing, building my equity. The apartment, the strata, didn't allow pets. It didn't allow dogs. And I had a Dalmatian at the time, Damien. I used to mountain bike with Damien. I used to run with Damien. Damien loved to chase after fire trucks. Like he was a Dalmatian that needed a ton of exercise. I had had him for, 4 or 5 years. I wanted to get into real estate and invest so bad that I was willing to find Damien a new home and to have him go live with somebody else. It broke my heart, and it makes me a little emotional, but I did it, and I found him really good people that wanted to take care of him. Their auntie was a veterinarian. They had looked at all of his vet records that I had. I was working a lot. I would go mountain biking and take him with me and run all the time. But he did have times where he was alone, just like any other dog. I love dogs. I love animals. And I am such a dog person that, that was really hard for me to do. I knew he was going to a good home, so it was okay. Long story short, I invested in this place and in 3 years was able to sell it for, double what I ended up paying for due to luck and the market. These are sacrifices that you sometimes have to make. So people are like, well, I can't buy a place in Vancouver, so I don't want to get into real estate. Well, dude, you don't have to buy a place in Vancouver. Vancouver, if you want to buy in the city of Vancouver, it's the most expensive place ever to buy. Why don't you buy a condo in Abbotsford? Why don't you buy a condo in Langley? Why don't you, if you want to get started in real estate and you want to build your equity, which I highly recommend doing, you just get started. Buy a studio. You don't need to buy a 2-bedroom condo. You can find an older building that has great potential. Do some reno work, paint the place, do the floors, do the cabinets. Over time, get into the real estate market. You will have to make sacrifices. It will be hard. It will be challenging. Is it worth it in the long run? Yeah, it is worth it. Do I wish I wouldn't have had to give away my dog at that time? Of course. But I also knew I wanted to get investing and started in real estate, and that changed my life. And I hope that the decision I made to give my dog to a really good couple was also life-changing. Yeah, you're going to have to make sacrifices if you want to get started in real estate. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard. And is it worth it? Yes, it's worth it in the long run. So if you have to live in Abbotsford and work in Burnaby, or if you have to buy an older condo to get started building your equity, or if you have to pull money out of your RRSPs or borrow money and then work to pay it off, is it worth it? Yeah, it'll be worth it in the long run because you will get out of the cycle of renting and paying someone else's mortgage.